But you have to spray nobody. Move your car.
If someone is damaging my car, I'm not going to allow it.
Does rage run in their family?
Uncivilized behavior.
This is Judge Judy. LaShawn Oliver is suing her neighbor, Tyler Deku, for an assault during a dispute over parking.
Judge, this is case number 130 on the calendar in the matter of Oliver versus Deku. Parties have been sworn in. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Miss Oliver, how long have you been living in your house?
Since 2012.
Who else lives with you?
My son and my daughter, they reside with me.
Do you own your home or do you rent it?
I rent an apartment.
Does the apartment come with a parking space?
Yes, ma'am.
Within the unit?
Within
the complex?
Correct.
This case is about a dispute over parking. You and or your father live across the street from the plaintiff, is that right?
Yes.
Do you live with your father?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who else lives with your father?
I have 2 younger brothers and my mother.
And when did you move into your, is it an apartment or a house?
It's a house, but we also rent, and we've only been there for maybe 6 months now.
And your houses are across the street from each other?
Yes.
You are alleging that the defendant, in a dispute over how you parked your car...
Yes, Your Honor.
...came to your home and instigated a fight where she assaulted you, and you want to be compensated for that.
Yes, Your Honor.
The defendant says she came over merely to have a chat, and it was actually you who threatened her and began what turned into a confrontation, which resulted in the police being called. Does anyone have a diagram or a photograph that I can look at of how these properties are so that I can see the parking space that we're talking about? Because what I understand, Ms. Deku, from what I understand, the plaintiff parks her car in the street in front of her unit. Your father also parks his car across the street from where he lives.
Yes.
On the same side of the street as where the plaintiff lives.
Yes, he does occasionally.
How occasionally?
Every once in a while. We all have our own vehicles, so we may need to park on the street sometimes, but it's a public street, so, you know, it's right in front of our house or right in front of someone else's home, but it's still on the street. We don't block anything. So.
Got it. So your father was parking across the street on the same side of the street as where plaintiff lives, that same area, and your problem was with her, as you indicated in your papers, that she was parking too close to your father and therefore making it very difficult to get in and out, and someone,
no, not
according
exactly.
to you, had seen, well, tell me exactly.
Basically, Your Honor, she would park literally her bumper on top of our front bumper. So she's bagging up, and it wouldn't be not a space, not an inch, nothing. Her bumper was literally damaging my father's.
Touching, well, that's what I said. I said you're parking too close to your father's car. Now, that's why I wanted to see a photograph. Was there any reason why someone would have to park that close?
I really don't know. We asked her to move it. And...
Okay. Do you have photographs or
I do have video.
Diagram for me to look? I'd like to see it.
Okay.
I'd like to see what you're telling me. Do you have a diagram that's easy or a photograph for me to see?
I have a still photo, but it's not pretty clear. I wanted to double check if it's clear for you, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have one. Just...
That doesn't help me much. I have to see without people. I just want to see at this point.
The cars are behind the people that are in the photo. So the red vehicle is my vehicle. And the gray vehicle on tab, it does show the actual space and how everyone was parked at the time of the incident.
I'm going to show it to you.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Okay.
So stop looking for the photograph right now and watch the video.
Okay.
Get away from my door. What is the threat? That's not a threat. It's assault. Okay. Okay, did I do it? It don't matter. Did I do it?
So if you watch behind where she's speaking, that's where the vehicles are parked.
Well, so I can't see. So there is a driveway there.
I did, though. So now what? But I did. So now what? And I'll do it tomorrow. And I'll do it the day after that.
Just get off our car.
If you don't want nobody at your door, stop being a disrespectful, bitter. Anyway, back up. I still keep walking up on you. 6 feet distance because I'm a pepper spray you next time. Oh, no, you go get it. Go get it. Go get it. But you pepper spray nobody. Move your car. 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 You're not gonna mess on either. Yeah, because I came out of exactly because you're other people's car. Back up. I'll leave you alone.
Okay, I figured that that's what it was. Now, the red car belongs to whom?
That's my vehicle, Your Honor.
And the gray car belongs to whom?
That's ours.
Okay, so what I see, Miss Oliver, is that it looks to me as if you are parking in a cutout where people have to move in to get to their cars.
Yes, Your Honor.
Correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just a second. Miss Deku, I'm not excusing your behavior.
No, I understand because I'm
not excusing your behavior.
Yeah,
I'm going to finish watching the video. I'm not excusing your behavior.
No, I understand. I shouldn't have acted the way I did.
Shouldn't have? You think so? Is there any more to the video that you want to show me?
The second video that is shown on there, it shows how the assault, but the battery, where her mom actually makes the first contact with my daughter.
Is the other woman in the video that I saw before your mother?
Yes.
So you came from across the street to tell her to move her car?
Yes, I went to knock on her door.
Now, can I see the cars again? Can I see the cars again? Is there a car parked behind your father's car?
A car parked behind
Is there
whose?
a car? Your father's car.
No.
Is there a car parked behind the gray car? So why don't we just back up?
Because he couldn't move. He was in the correct space. She wasn't.
Just a second.
Yeah.
No, I know she wasn't in the correct space, but what I asked you was, what was the reason for the confrontation?
He couldn't
if your
move.
Father
If he would have moved
wanted
back
to get,
a little
listen,
bit, he would have been in someone else's.
Listen carefully to what I'm saying. Was he leaving?
No.
Was he going out? So all he had to do, in order to prevent this confrontation, she was parking in the wrong spot, but if he wanted to leave, it wasn't a question that he couldn't leave. He pulls back because there was nobody there because it was a driveway. So it wasn't as if his car was being held captive because she was an inch too close. He could have backed out and easily just left. So what I want to know...
Why would he leave? That's what was confusing. We weren't ready to go.
No, he didn't have to leave. No, listen. I'm not saying he had to go. Stop looking quickly. Try to open up your mind. When he had to leave, whenever that was, her car wasn't interfering with him. They could have had her car towed because it was parked in the driveway. But when and if and whenever, on what day, at whatever time your father wanted to leave, all he had to do was pull back into the driveway and pull out. Nobody was blocking him from leaving.
Ma'am. Your Honor, that wasn't the issue. It wasn't about us leaving.
Show me the damage. Just a second. Show me the damage to your father's car.
No problem.
Show me the damage to your father's car.
No problem. One moment. Let me find the pictures for you.
I see. I don't have a counterclaim. Shh. Just. I'm going to look at the rest of your video in a minute. Nothing is. Yes.
Okay. You can literally see my father's bumper is being pushed down. There's no space in between. And it's not the first time. This is the second time. His whole bumper is being cracked. It's being cracked. There's no space in between. This is all damaged.
No, I see this. No, I don't see any damage that her car caused to your father's bumper.
The bumper is literally like being pushed down. This is not supposed to have space in between the car and the light. There's not supposed to be space.
What I'm telling you is I don't see that her car did that damage.
Okay.
I don't see that her car did that damage.
If she don't see it, it's fine. Okay.
I mean, I don't see it. I see that there's damage to this gray car, a couple of spots where it's damaged, but I don't see her car at that height doing that damage to the car, unless you have a video that you want to show me.
I do have video. I have more pictures, and I also have a witness here.
Is the witness here on for this date? And this incident happened on what day?
July 23rd.
Okay. Since any claim against the plaintiff for damage to his car?
No, he sold the car.
Just a second. So the answer is your father has not filed a claim against her for damage to his car?
No, because we sold the car.
I don't care whether you sold the car. That's up to you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Didn't you ever hear of COVID screaming in her face?
If you didn't want to catch COVID and you don't want someone yelling in your face, I wouldn't come outside and get near them.
Something wrong with you. What do you do for a living?
I own my own charity.
You own your own charity?
Yes, I do.
This will be a great ad for you.
LaShawn Oliver claims neighbor Tyler Deku assaulted her during an argument over parking.
Okay, now I'm going to see the rest of the video because I have no counterclaim here. I have what looks to me like a very hot situation that was precipitated by the defendant.
Would I be able to present my video?
Absolutely love to see a video after I see hers. Right now, I see you and your mother on her side of the property and you body Englishing her all the way back onto her property, screaming in her face. That's what I saw. I didn't see any physical contact yet. I saw a lot of foul-mouthing and menacing kind of other video for me to see. I'd be more than happy to see it. In your turn. Go. Let's see. Miss Oliver, let me see the rest of the video.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who is that man?
My father. Him and my mother were trying to stop me.
So your father is going towards her apartment.
No, I was towards her apartment. He was trying.
No, I just asked who the man was. I didn't know who the man was. So now you have you and your father at her apartment.
Yes.
It's a threat.
That's not a threat.
It's assault.
Okay. Okay, did I do it?
It don't matter.
Did I do it?
You're not going to jail. You didn't surrender.
You that scared?
No.
Exactly. Yes, you are. You are.
I wouldn't be standing here if I was scared of you.
Bitch, you have to bang on your door. What are you talking about?
Don't
we
come to
rolling
my
down.
door.
It don't matter. I already did. So now what?
Don't come to
I
my
did
door
though.
again.
So now
Don't
what?
come to my
But I
door
did.
again.
So now what? And I'll do it tomorrow. And I'll do it the day after that.
Hey,
Just
if
get
you
off
don't
our
want nobody
car.
at your
If
door,
you don't want nobody at your door, stop being a disrespectful old.
Anyway, back up.
I still keep walking up on you. I don't know what you want to
6
do.
feet distance because I'm a pepper spray.
This happened this year?
It happened last
this
year, July 23rd, 2020.
Didn't you ever hear of COVID?
Yeah, she bit me in the middle of the altercation, so.
Didn't you ever hear of COVID screaming in her face? Didn't you?
Okay, if you didn't want to catch COVID and you don't want someone yelling in your face, I wouldn't come outside and get near them.
Something wrong with you. What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living?
I work for a nonprofit organization, and I do music. I'm an entrepreneur. I own businesses. I own my own charity.
You own your own charity?
Yes, I do.
This will be a great ad for you.
I was angry, and she was extremely disrespectful. When it comes to my parents, all of that good stuff goes thrown out of the window. I'm sorry. I'm not happy about it. I'm not saying.
You came to her house.
You're right. And her car
was
and her car was on my car. Exactly. That was the reason. I have probable cause for the reason I acted the way that I did.
Well,
if someone's
I'm
car,
telling you,
if someone is damaging my car, if someone is damaging my car, I'm not going to allow
cut off your mic, not mine.
That's fine.
Do you understand?
I don't.
You don't talk over me. So if you tell me that you have probable cause, I would love to take a look at your law degree.
You don't have to have a law degree to have a probable cause
to go over.
You just have to have a law degree to actually.
Well, you have to know what probable cause is. If you think that somebody touching your father's car.
That's not probable cause.
Why
it's
don't
not
you?
touching it, it's damaging it. If someone comes in your home hitting your door with something, are you going to not try to stop them? Are you going to tell them that's not okay? Are you going to allow it to happen? Exactly.
I have.
What did she say?
You said you had a charity.
Why does that matter?
I would just like to know. I asked what you did for a living.
No, it has nothing to do with the
know.
case. It has nothing to do with the case.
All right. Do you have a photograph of her touching you or a video of her touching you?
Well, towards the end of it, you see where the mother pushes, and then the actual still shot is where my daughter dropped her phone.
I would like to see it.
See, at this point, she, right before this...
Exactly. And it's on your video.
So if you rewind it...
I would be wary of that charity.
Okay,
that part right there. That was why I didn't tell you.
So
continue.
I would like
to get smart. Nobody cares.
I would like to see any bills that you have or a doctor's report of the injuries that you sustained.
So I did not go to the hospital, but I did have injuries to my eye from her kicking me.
Okay. Do you have a photograph
Can
of
you
that?
prove that I kicked you in that altercation? Because if you can't, then it probably wasn't because of me.
Bird, put her out.
Ma'am, step out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Is there any reason why you didn't park in your garage?
My son and my daughter have their vehicles, and they were...
A little bit further to find a parking space, Miss Oliver.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. LaShawn Oliver is accusing neighbor Tyler Deku of assaulting her during an argument.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I do have testimony that I requested from the court and the police report also. It states that my daughter witnessed him choking me,
No,
the father.
Just a second.
Yes, Your Honor.
Just a second.
True.
I asked
He's not here
you,
to defend himself.
is she talking? Are you talking?
I was.
Out.
Out. Okay. To lie on someone that's not here. My husband's not here. He did not choke her.
Out. It makes my life much simpler. I asked you if you had any medical reports. You said no. You showed me a photograph. Fine. You spoke about other testimony. Was there a criminal proceeding?
No, Your Honor.
In what other court did you have a proceeding?
I requested a protective order.
You had a hearing on a protective order. You filed a protective order against whom?
All three of the defendants, Ms. DeCout, her mother, and her father. Order was denied, but the court left standing the 3-year protective order against Ms. DeCout.
Against this defendant?
Correct.
I can understand that. It's a very, very unfortunate situation, Miss Oliver. And, Miss Oliver, you do understand that I don't condone that kind of uncivilized conduct, which it was. Coming over to you, screaming at you, coming to your house, which I know that they did, which is outrageous and can be frightening. You do know it all started because you were parking in the wrong space.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, there would appear to me to be no reason why you would park in the wrong space, not a wrong space, but actually park so that you were inhibiting other people from comfortably getting in and out of their garage spaces. From the video you showed me, you were a full car length into the driveway. Is there any reason why you didn't park in your garage?
My son and my daughter have their vehicles, and they were...
Oh, well, but then you can't do that. You have to drive a little bit further to find a parking space, Miss Oliver.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Well, that's a very, very good idea, because these people and the way they do business are going to damage your car, and you won't know how it happens.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by... Are you the victim of an assault? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Now, I don't believe that you caused any of the alleged damage to his car that she showed me. In any event, they don't have the car anymore. They sold it, and they sold it without bringing any sort of a lawsuit against you for damage, which suggests to me that damage issue was a whole lot of who shot John. They behaved badly, and I'm not sure that the injuries that you were alleged happened to your eye as a result of her kicking you in the eye actually happened that way. I get those red spots in my eye all the time. If it was a result of being kicked, there would be some sort of bruise someplace else. In any event, I don't think that she had the right to come over and confront you. I don't think that that incident is worth whatever you're suing for, which is $4,000. But in order to teach her a lesson, I'm awarding you $500. That will make a statement that you got an order of protection, but her conduct was such that it was frightening and it was menacing, and she's not allowed to do that. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500.
Thank you,
We're
Your
finished.
Honor.
Thank you.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Lives in Oklahoma City.
I sold it. I think that you're a fibber.
That would be a fair assessment.
Don't cross your arms. There's only one attitude here.
Next Judge Judy.
Well, I felt it was fair. I just wanted someone to see exactly what was demonstrated. I hope that we just go on with our own separate lives. Time to find another parking spot.
You thought it would be fun to start a YouTube channel.
A quest for fame becomes a fight.
It was his idea to start the channel.
This channel was never my channel. It's always been her channel.
Now who's the one?
Wow.
Putting on a show.
He wasn't paying me half for all of the things that I put into the channel to start off.
Well, what she doesn't understand is this was her first priority. This YouTube channel was her first priority. It's not my first priority.
This is Judge Judy. Keshwan Clark is suing her former friend, Corey Ingram, for the cost of props to start their YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's case number 48 on the calendar in the matter of Clark versus Ingram. Both parties have been sworn in.
Thank you, Bird. Miss Clark, you and the defendant were friends, according to you, for a very long time. And according to you, you thought, I don't know what that is or what it's supposed to do.
So a YouTube channel, you post videos on there for, it was content for fans to see. The videos could be comedic skits, vlogs, anything like that.
And how do you make money doing that?
We haven't made money from it yet, so for you to make money from it, you have to have a lot of people watch your videos. So you have to have a lot of subscribers, and your views have to be extremely high. You get like, after 1 million views, I think you get like 5 cents per view.
When did you start this YouTube channel?
It was March 4th, 2018.
2018?
Yes, 2018 is when we started our YouTube channel, yes.
Great. And in order to start the YouTube channel, you had to buy certain equipment. Is that right?
Yes.
In order to start it, tell me what equipment you had to buy.
So for our YouTube channel, I purchased the camera, the massage wand, the camera bag, the reflector, the mic, the photo stand, the electric muscle stimulator. Those are all the things that I purchased for the channel.
Okay. And that was 2.5 years ago.
All of these weren't purchased 2 years ago. Some of them were purchased 2 years ago. And
yes. Then you didn't answer my question. I said, what items did you purchase in order to start your YouTube channel?
Yes, to start the channel.
Start it.
Yes, to start the channel.
You needed, don't look down. What did you need to start the YouTube channel in March? Camera.
Yes.
Did you need lights?
Yes, we did.
Did you need props?
To start the channel, yes.
And all of those things you needed in order to start it, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So those things were bought 2.5 years ago, if they were bought to start it.
Yes.
Now, according to what I read in your complaint and in his answer, you stopped making these videos in June of 2020.
Yes, that's true.
Why?
We stopped making the videos because he wasn't putting in his part. He wasn't paying me half for all of the things that I put into the channel to start off. And as our YouTube channel went on, I felt myself having to force him to film videos. He didn't come up with much of any ideas. This YouTube channel was his to start. It was his idea to start the channel. I just helped out by purchasing a majority of the things that I knew we needed to start the channel.
Yeah, that's what you memorized. That's in your complaint. So for 2.5 years, you worked together to make videos, and when COVID became a problem, it wasn't so easy making videos outside. Be a fair statement?
Yes, but yes.
Is that your problem?
Well, we were making videos inside.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, during COVID,
Did you
yes.
continue to make videos? Did you continue to make videos inside?
Yes.
In March, April?
In my home.
I assume that if you were doing that, then you had people watching you.
Yes. We still do.
The two of you did it together in your home?
Yes, in my home, yes.
So did the defendant come to your home to make the videos?
Yes, we were never at his house to make any content. It was always at my house.
All I asked you was, did the defendant come to your house to make the videos?
Yes, ma'am.
And who do you live with?
I live with my parents.
Okay. So it was just you, your parents, and the defendant.
And the house is also my 2 sisters.
Now, where did Corey live?
Corey lives in Vista, so he's 7 minutes from my house. I live in Oceanside.
And he came to your house, according to what I'm putting together, at least through June.
Yes.
How did he get to your house?
He drove his own car to get to my house.
What kind of a car does he have?
I'm not sure the brand of car.
What kind of a car do you have?
I have a Chevy Malibu 2015.
What kind of a car did you drive to the studio today?
The Chevy Malibu 2015.
And what kind of a car did Mr. Ingram drive?
His car? His gray car?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Yes, his car.
And when was the last time prior to today that you...
I haven't seen him in a couple months since our last video.
And exactly what date was your last video?
It's June 12th, I think. I'm not sure of the exact day, but I know it's June.
And what happened, Mr. Ingram, at that last video? You want to tell me?
Yeah, it was a reaction video to a music video. that she wanted to do. This channel was never my channel. It's always been her channel. I don't know why she tries to say it's mine.
Don't go off on a tangent with me, please.
Got it.
I asked you what it was about.
Oh, reaction video.
And can you tell me why it is that, having been working closely together in what you referred to as a we project, the last video we made, which is what you say in your answer, tell me what happened on June 12th that caused you and the plaintiff not to see each other again?
Well, what she doesn't understand is this was her first priority. This YouTube channel was her first priority. It's not my first priority.
Just a second. That's not what I asked you. Don't tell me what she has to understand.
Okay.
Don't tell me what she knows. Don't tell me what she thinks. Just tell me what happened on June 12th that caused two people who had been working together for 2.5 years to stop speaking. We're now in October.
Got it.
What caused you to stop speaking?
Life got in the way. So I was going to school at the time. I was going to work. I was also going to the gym. Before this, to better my life, before this, I myself on camera, and I was like, wow, you are disgusting. I don't like the way I looked. So I was my own bully in my head.
So you were the subject of some of the videos?
Correct.
Was the plaintiff also subject of the videos?
Yes.
What about her siblings? Were they the subjects of the videos?
No, not at all.
What about her parents? Were they ever the subjects or in the videos?
Her parents were in one video, and it was like a who knows me better type video, mom or best friend.
It was never posted. And yes, I've had my older sister was in one of her videos. Sorry.
You're interrupting.
Sorry.
Now, from March of 2018 until June 12th of 2020, when did the plaintiff ask you for any money towards the video equipment?
She's never asked me for any money.
That she had purchased?
She's never asked her for any money.
Okay.
Wow.
So, Miss Clark, between March of 2018 and June of 2012, what proof do you have that you asked him to pay any part of this video equipment?
I don't have any proof.
What proof?
Yes, he promised that he would go half and half with me on this channel. That's why I bought all of the things I bought. And this channel was his idea.
I think you should sell the equipment. The most ridiculous countersuit, your ridiculous countersuit, sir, says you want some of your props back. Your life is too busy for props, for a video.
Right.
You go to school. Don't speak. You go to school, you work out, you have a job, you have things. You don't have any use
of these
for props.
Correct.
Do you understand?
Right.
Good. We're done. Case dismissed. We're finished. Goodbye. Arrivederci. Sayonara. Goodbye.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
This was his channel. It was his idea. That's why it's called Corey and Casey. It's not called Casey and Corey. It was his idea.
Our very first YouTube video we ever made, the question was, why did you guys want to start this channel? And I said, well, I wanted to start because you wanted to start. Why did you want to start?
We're doing a lot of pranks, a lot of reaction videos, a lot of ratchet videos. Whatever they asked for, the audience asked for, we made.
Well, we were been told that we have a really good personality together. People like us together. And so she's more rambunctious and she's more out there. She loves the social media atmosphere.
Nothing. I had to basically beg him to come to my house to film content for his channel that he wanted us to do.
I had other priorities that hit way above this YouTube channel.
Nothing. No, I'm not even kidding you.
So I was, like I say, going to school, I was going to work, I was going to the gym, to better myself, to make my life better. And I can't just help her without helping myself first.
I still want to keep the channel going if he's willing to actually put in some effort and pay me back at least something.
I mean, the friendship should continue. She's just not allowed to go anywhere near my wallet.
All parties in the matter of Shoemaker versus Aragon. Step to the podium, please.
23-year-old Karina Schumacher is suing her former roommate, 23-year-old Christine Aragon, for the return of her security deposit, damaged property, and stolen eyelashes.
Ms. Schumacher, do you go to school? Is that what you do?
Yes, I go to UCSD.
You go to school?
I go to UCSD.
And Miss Aragon, you're a student as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you were living in an apartment with other students?
Yes. Yes.
How many other students, Miss Schumacher?
4.
And did you sign a lease?
Yes, we did.
On what date did you sign the lease?
October 29, 2019.
And when did the lease expire?
At the end of June in 2020.
The defendant was your roommate. You're alleging 3 things. I'm going to get to them in relatively short order. It is your claim that in November of last year, almost a year ago, the defendant took a package that belonged to you inadvertently, you're not claiming that she stole it, but inadvertently took this package that contained eyelashes that you had ordered.
Yes, Your Honor. I ordered...
So, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I don't care about your eyelashes. Do you have her eyelashes?
Yes, Your Honor. I have her eyelashes. I have them with me.
Give them to her.
Okay.
Give them to her.
Okay.
Give them to her.
Okay.
That would be a now.
Okay. I did bring them, Your Honor.
No, but
me.
they're outside.
Is somebody going to bring the eyelashes?
We'll wait. Go get the eyelashes. We'll wait.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
In September, when this happened, you said you charged her. What did you charge her?
I charged her $60, though it originally cost me $80.
Stop. Who cares? What is wrong with you?
Karina Schumacher says former roommate Christine Aragon owes for a security deposit and property damage caused by her dog.
Now, do you have her eyelashes?
Yes, Your Honor. I have the eyelashes with me now.
Could you give them to the plaintiff, please? Now you have your eyelashes back. Cause of action number 1, resolved. Cause of action number...
No, Your Honor, I did not. She accuses my dog of damaging things, but I'm a student too. I was studying finals.
Just a second.
Oh, sorry.
All I'm asking you is, did you knowingly damage her vacuum cleaner?
No, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. I have evidence right here.
Just don't speak to me unless I'm asking you a question. How was your vacuum cleaner broken?
The cord of the vacuum was chewed up by her dog.
Did you see that?
No, but I do have a picture
of the chewed up cord
in her room.
I'd like to see that.
Yes.
Okay. And on what date was the cord chewed through?
September 26, 2019. I also have a second vacuum.
And what did you just a second. Did you get it fixed?
No, it was completely ruined, so I just charged her for part of the full amount, the amount that it cost me.
Hey. In September, when this happened, you said you charged her. What did you charge her?
The amount that I paid.
How much
for the
money?
Vacuum. I charged her $60, though it originally cost me $80.
Stop. Who cares? What is wrong with you?
Never paid me.
Just a second. I thought you said you took money from her.
No.
You didn't.
I asked her.
Did she ask you for the money for the vacuum cleaner?
Your Honor, yes, she accused my dog of breaking it, but there are other animals on the lease too. My roommate has a big dog, and Karina even brought in 2 rats into the apartment, and one of the rats crawled from her apartment to my room that I share with my roommate, and it died on the pillow.
Just stop.
Yeah, sorry.
I know you have a story that you want to tell me. I have to tell you, ladies, I am so disinterested in this case, but I'm going to get through it for the sake of getting it resolved.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Where did you get them from?
My ex-boyfriend, he had a snake and he was going to feed them to it, and I decided to take care of them, but they ended up dying because they're just feeder mice. Your Honor, my roommate slept on those rats.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Karina Schumacher says former roommate Christine Aragon owes for a security deposit and property damage caused by her dog.
Now, forget the vacuum cleaner. The next cause of action is money owed for the return of caused damage, resulting in them keeping your security deposit.
Yes.
How much was your security deposit?
It was originally $200, but I'm only charging her $129 because I am paying for part of the cleaning fee of the apartment.
Did they keep your security deposit?
Yes, Your Honor. Nobody got their security deposit back.
Just answer my questions. I'm not really interested in all your nonsense. You moved out in March, is that correct? Because of COVID, Miss Aragon. School closed down in March?
We moved out June 2020, Your Honor.
I thought you said in your complaint that she moved out in March.
Yes, she moved out earlier. She went back home because of COVID. She came back occasionally.
to the apartment, but she moved out.
Did she pay rent?
Yes.
Did you pay rent?
Yes, I did. I have my rent receipt.
Okay, just a second. I didn't ask you for the rent receipts. I just asked you if you paid your rent through June. Now, everybody lost their security deposit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Ms. Schumacher?
We lost the security deposit because of carpet damages that her dog caused. And I have a video.
Okay, just a second.
Okay.
There were 4 girls in the apartment?
Yes.
How many dogs were in the apartment? Just a second. There were 2. How many rats were in the apartment?
There were none.
There were 2 rats, Your Honor.
Just a second. Did you have, at any time during the course of this, very easy, all I have to do is call up one of the other girls. Did you have any pet rodents in the house? That's either a yes or a no.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
How many rats were in the apartment?
There were none.
There were 2 rats, Your Honor.
Just a second. Did you have, at any time during the course of this, very easy, all I have to do is call up one of the other girls. Did you have any pet rodents in the house? That's either a yes
2 mice
or a no.
For a month in a cage.
So the answer is yes. What did they look like?
They were white, and they had red eyes.
Where did you get them from?
My ex-boyfriend, he had a snake, and he was going to feed them to it, and I decided to take care of them because the snake didn't end up eating them, but they ended up dying because they're just feeder mice.
Your Honor, my roommate cage.
Are you still doing school virtually?
Yes.
What about you, Miss Aragon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you living at home?
Currently, yes, I'm at home. I'm in a house now with my roommates that she lived with before, and we're all friends and we're on good terms.
Objection.
So you are not at home with family, you're with 2 other roommates.
I'm at home with family as of right now, but my house is with those 2 roommates from before. We're renting it together.
You have a lease with them?
Yes, that's correct.
I don't understand. Are you living with your parents or do you have this house?
This is a house that we're renting. We have a lease with my roommates.
Who's we?
Me and our previous roommates from before.
And where are you living?
I am living in a new apartment near campus.
With whom?
2 of my friends.
Good, very good. Okay, I assume that you have an awful lot of time because going to school virtually gives you probably a lot of extra time, which is why I have to see you today. Your case is dismissed. We're finished. Goodbye. Goodbye. Adios. Farewell.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
And on the next Judge Judy.
I have a police report. Your Honor, you're an exceptionally bright woman.
All I want to do is see the evidence. I don't want you to tell me how bright I am. Actually, I already know that.
I think this was all based out of pettiness. She complains about my dog, but the fact is there were other animals on the leash. She completely ignored her rats that were on there too.
Her dog was not on the lease. On the lease, it says that any dogs that are not emotional support animals or service animals cannot be in the apartment. And her dog was not.
And none of these eyelashes or lost vacuum was an issue until the move out statement.
As well as all the damages to the vacuums and the eyelashes that she stole from me that she never paid me back for.
It's just crazy to me. Everybody split the bill. We're all in the lease. We're all responsible, as it says in the contract. And she just does not agree and does not want to pay.
For asking her to potty train her dog.
No, they did not. She's just accusing my dog of everything. And it's just like, I honestly thought like it was just to the extreme.
Pick your roommates better.
It's just crazy to me. I still can't believe that I'm here right now and that she actually did take me to court over some eyelashes and a vacuum. But I mean, I'm here right now and everything is a lesson, definitely.
She wished it was a bad dream.
You were awakened by what, 4 o'clock in the morning?
My phone. He had been calling me.
Was an eye-opener.
And what did you find when you got there?
My car on top of 9 fence posts and chain link fence wrapped underneath of it.
Now her nightmare continues.
He says he wasn't even there. It doesn't get easier. It's just going to get harder.
This is Judge Judy. Brianna Collins is suing her former friend, Nicholas Brown, for driving her car without permission and wrecking it.
Judge, this is case number 63 on the calendar in the matter of Collins versus Brown. Parties have been sworn in.
Miss Collins, it is your claim that the defendant, who according to you, you knew only slightly, took your car without permission on August 11th of this year and had a bad accident with it. You want him to be responsible for all of the repairs. The defendant doesn't deny that he drove your car. He said he had your permission to drive it. He returned it. He doesn't know what happened to it after that. So why don't you, in your own words, tell me first how you know him, second, the story about the 11th of August when your car was in a ditch.
Well, I met Nick from... I take care of this older gentleman. He's kind of like an uncle to me that lives on our property. And he was over there at a friend's house right behind us. And that's how I had met them, was through them. He had just, if he could have a ride down the road, is what he had said. And I told him after I put my kids to bed that I would take him. And I fell asleep in the process of putting my kids to bed. And that usually happens, though. So, and then I woke up on the 4 o'clock in the morning saying that he needed my help. And
you woke up. Now that's I know what you memorized, madam. Now I know what you memorized. Now I'm going to stop you. So now you're singing your children to sleep, and you were awakened 4 o'clock in the morning. You see how we're smiling at each other? And you were awakened 4 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't get easier. It's just going to get harder. You were awakened by what? 4 o'clock in the morning.
My phone. He had been calling me nonstop.
So your phone, well, you don't know that because you were sleeping.
Well, you're right.
Right?
Yes.
So you don't know that because, according to you, you were sleeping. But you finally heard your phone.
Yeah.
And answered your phone. And on the other end of the phone was the defendant. Go ahead.
Stating that...
And?
He had...
He said, no, not stating. He said.
He said that...
What did he say to you?
He wrecked my car. And that I needed to come and pick it up before the tow truck guy got there.
Okay, did he tell you where he was?
Yes, he had said that he was down by the State Patrol office. Yes.
I assume you knew where that was.
Yes.
So what did you do?
I woke up my significant...
No. Look at me.
I woke up my significant other and asked him if I could use his car to go and see what was going on.
How did you wake him up?
I hit him. I, nudged him. Hey.
Well, where were your children?
They were asleep in their room.
Well, so at some point, what you said to me was I was singing bedtime stories to my children, and I fell asleep.
Yes.
At some point, you left your children's room and went back to your significant other's room.
Yes.
About what time was that?
I have no idea. I did not look at the phone, and I didn't think anything, I don't usually. I just get up and go to my bed when I'm told that, hey, you should get out of the girls' bed.
I told you it was going to get worse. Now, so you woke up your significant other, and what happened? What did you do next?
I showed him...
What did you do? What did you do next?
I told him I needed his car so that I could leave to go and check out my car.
Okay. And did he give you permission to take his car?
Yes.
So you drove alone to the State Patrol office area?
Yeah, it wasn't exactly there, but down the road.
And what did you find?
Post and chain link fence wrapped underneath of it.
And where was the defendant?
Walking up to me, telling me that he was sorry.
Just a second. So he was walking up to you?
Yes.
Did you both wait for a tow truck?
Yes and no.
Is not an answer.
No and yes. I had went back. He had thought that we could tow my car myself. And it did, because it didn't look like it was as bad as it had seemed, I guess. So he opened my trunk and he tied together my jumper cables and he hooked it to my car. And I was like, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. Just stop. And so I went back home in my boyfriend's car to go and get the truck and bring the truck there so that we could tow the truck home and not have to pay for a tow truck. But it didn't work out like that. By the time I had
how did it work out?
By the time I got back to the accident, the tow truck guy was already there and attempting to get my car off of this fence post.
And
it cost us $350 for them to tow it off of there into my house.
Just a second. Where was the defendant?
Standing right there.
Okay. Did anyone make a police report?
I have no idea. All I did was file, I didn't press any charges or anything on him because that would have bailed.
I just want to see a police report.
I don't
When there's
have
an
one.
accident like this, there's usually a police report.
I don't have one. I was never given one.
Well, you have to call the police in order to them to write a report. They're not sitting around waiting, say, oh, gee, maybe I should drive by this area and see if there was an accident.
Yes, I was.
So you didn't make.
I didn't.
You didn't call the police.
They were already there.
The police were there.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, interesting. When did the police get there?
Before I arrived. I'm not sure.
So there is a police report somewhere. There has to
yes.
be. If the police were there has to be a police report.
Yes. I wasn't the one that wrecked the car. I didn't really talk to the cops.
That doesn't matter. Well, but you were the owner of the car.
Yes.
So the owner of the car, if the police are taking a report, they take down the name of the driver and the owner.
And that was all.
Now, you knew you were coming to court today. You live in Los Angeles?
No.
Where do you live?
In Washington, Moses Lake, Washington.
In the state of Washington? Yes. Well, this may come as a surprise to you, but in court you're supposed to bring evidence. And if the police were on the scene, the police would have recorded who was driving the car, who was the owner of the car, when it ended up in a ditch. Isn't that what you said to me in your answer, sir?
Yes, it is.
So, do you have a copy of the police report?
No, I don't.
Well, why don't you get it? She's alleging that you took her car, or at least that you were the driver of the car. How many police responded to that? One car or more than one car?
I have no idea.
How many police cars were there?
When I had arrived, there was one. By the time it was all over, there was 3.
So there were 3 police cars, and according to you, he was there.
Yes.
Because you told me a moment ago that he was there when you arrived. And if the police were there when you arrived, he must have been there, which could settle the whole thing, right? All you need is a police report. So I am going to do this for you. I'm dismissing your case.
I have text messages.
Without prejudice to you furnishing me a police report. And if the police report, which it will, indicates that he was the driver of the car, I will enter a judgment for you in the amount you request, which is $3,000. But the police report must say that he was on the scene and was driving the car. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. I have actually, because the photos that I brought were from the police. They had emailed it to me. I believe that I have that, in my email.
You believe that you have a copy of the police report that says the defendant was at the scene when they were there and had been driving the car?
It does state that Nick Brown is the one that wrecked it, yes. I'm pretty sure, yes.
Well, take a look at it. Take a look at the report.
Because he received the ticket and
No.
So
No.
I never saw any of it.
Well, let's see. Just find it for me. I'm more than happy to look at it. Mr. Brown, they wouldn't make up your name, right?
No, they wouldn't.
No, I guess I don't. All it is the case number and everything. The case number and the photos and the invoice because I had to pay for them.
Do you understand what my
Yes.
ruling? All I need is a document. I will allow you to get it, but I'm dismissing your case pending you getting me that document. A document from the police that indicates on the 11th of August of 2020, they responded to a car, your car. The defendant was at the scene, admitted to driving the car. They don't even have to say that. If he was there, he says he wasn't even there. He says he doesn't know if police arrived or any, just between the two of you. I want to see the police report. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's very easy to get.
Yep.
All you have to do is ask.
Yep.
Thank you. We're done.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
My car wasn't there, and he was on the phone saying he wrecked it.
Left the keys in the ignition like they usually are, and took off, and I don't know what happened.
I'm just going to get the police report.
If she gets a police report, then fine. But if she can find it.
All parties in the matter of Watson versus Young. Step to the podium, please.
Rosie Watson is suing carpenter Kellon Young for a refund for unfinished work on her staircase.
Miss Watson, it is your claim that you hired the defendant to do some work on the steps in your house.
Yes, ma'am.
You gave him a check for $800. He left and said he would be back to finish the job in a day or two. A couple of days later, according to your complaint, an older gentleman appeared and started working on the project and was there for a relatively short period of time and left.
Yes, ma'am.
You want your money back?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Young says that you were a pest and a micromanager. He did $800 worth of work, and then he said, that's for the work that I did. I'm not doing this job anymore. That's your defense.
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She actually wanted me to cash the check, and I would use the money to buy the stuff with.
So she paid for the materials herself?
No, she didn't pay for herself. It was out of the money that she gave me.
Well, that was her money. So far, you hadn't
yes.
done anything.
Rosie Watson is suing carpenter Kellon Young for a refund for unfinished work on her staircase.
Okay, tell me what your business is.
I mostly help friends and family with their homes and apartments.
What kind of work were you supposed to do for the plaintiff?
I was supposed to repaint some stairs and then replace some damaged wood.
And when did she give you the check?
She gave it to me like a day before I started the work.
On what date did you give him the check?
On April 27, 2020, Your Honor.
So you're telling me that you came back to her house on April 28th?
No, first.
Is that correct?
Yes, but we first went to Home Depot together to purchase the items.
Okay. And did she put that on her credit card?
No.
Or did you put that on your credit card?
No, she actually wanted me to cash the check, and I would use the money to buy the stuff with.
Materials herself. And
No.
how much were the materials?
No, she didn't pay for herself. It was out of the money that she gave me.
Well, that was her money. So far, you hadn't done anything.
Yes.
So far, she paid for the materials.
Yes.
How much were the materials?
We spent like $300.
Not we.
Or I spent $300.
She.
She spent, yes.
She spent
Yes.
$300. How much was the receipt from wherever you went to purchase the supplies? He said it was about $300. Do you recall?
Your Honor.
Or do you have the receipt?
Your Honor.
What?
Absolutely not. He's lying to you. This broke hustler has stolen from so many people, he ought to lock himself up.
If you don't answer my questions.
There was no
If you don't
receipt,
answer
Your
my
Honor.
questions-
There were no purchases.
Just a second. Okay. So what you're saying is the two of you never went to a Home Depot to buy supplies.
Yes, ma'am. I gave him $800.
Just don't get ahead of me. You gave him a check on April 27th for $800. When was the next time you saw him?
About 3 days later, he and I met at the Home Depot. He purchased one can of paint.
Just a second. 3 days later, you must have had some sort of either text or telephone communications to know to meet at Home Depot. May I see it?
Yes. Where it says okay.
Just a second. Okay, so you met at Home Depot, and that was on Wednesday, the 29th. So that was 2 days after you had given him the check.
Yes, ma'am.
And then, sir, pay attention. According to the text, you bought a can of paint. Mr. Young.
No, according to her.
According to the text, you...
I didn't
No,
just buy
that's the text. Well, then you should have kept a receipt. You said, I need a can of paint to paint the railing. Can you bring a chip?
That's for the railing. That ain't for the steps. So she's not showing you the right text,
now,
I guess.
You'll show me your evidence when you show it to me. When was the next time you went to her house?
We went that same day. Someone was already there working already that same day. Someone
was there?
Someone was there prepping, and
Who was
helps.
there?
There's a guy who helps me.
What's his name?
Charles. And Charles was there.
Charles was already there on the 29th.
Yes.
When had Charles gone there?
When I dropped him off, probably like 8:30 or 9.
On the 29th. Ms. Watson.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that when this gentleman that you referred to, an older gentleman, showed up?
Showed up, yes, ma'am. And he did about no more than 2.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Someone showed up and did an hour's worth of work and left. So you did see someone. So let's not get fixated. Who you refer to, an older gentleman, don't tell me what he did. He showed up.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Rosie Watson is suing carpenter Kellon Young for a refund for unfinished work on her staircase.
Okay, when you got back at 3:30 from getting the paint, you met him there, you bought a can of paint, and then you went home. Did he go home with you?
No, ma'am. This was on my rental property, not on my residential property. He was doing work on my rental property. He bought one can of paint, and he kept the paint in his vehicle along with the receipt. I never saw him after that.
Okay. When you got to the rental property that day, the next day, was Charles still there?
No, ma'am.
Had you seen Charles that morning?
I had not seen him.
On the 29th. You did?
No, they have not returned to my property since I gave him the check.
Didn't say. According to you, someone showed up and did an hour's worth of work and left. So you did see someone. You gave him the check on the 27th.
Yes.
Somebody showed up on the 29th.
And
who you refer to an older gentleman.
Yes.
Don't tell me what he did. He showed up.
Yes.
And you haven't seen either Mr. Young after purchasing the can of paint or this Charles since April 29th.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Now, would you show me a photograph of the steps as Charles left them?
Yes, ma'am. And I can tell you what this photograph shows.
Don't say anything just yet. Okay, so I'm looking at the railing. It looks like either the paint is off or was sanded off or is just off from where?
This is the only work that Charles did. He sanded this top railing of the stairs, and he put on the primer, the white area you see here, this is primer. About 1/10 of the stairs were primed. That's all the work that was done, period, at the end.
I got it. And you haven't seen them since?
Not at all.
Have you been in communication with Mr. Young?
Multiple messages following this.
Has he responded to you?
No, he blocked my text messages. He blocked me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by. Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Okay. Now, Mr. Young, certainly this job was not completed based on this photograph, and I assume you did not have a photograph
Yeah, well,
to show me a completed job.
Oh, no, not completed, no.
Well, of course not completed. Now, you want to tell me whether you were back to the property, and if you were not back to the property, why?
Went back and stayed until probably 5 o'clock. And I didn't just purchase one can of paint. We purchased more items than just one can. And
I don't know that. I want you to tell me whether or not you finished this job more than the photograph that I just saw.
Yeah, yes, of course.
That's very easy to...
Yeah, yes,
well,
of course.
show me a picture. Show me a picture.
I could, okay.
You knew that there was a dispute.
Yeah, only thing I have is this picture here, and and I have a picture.
Well, that's the picture that she showed me.
Yeah, that's the only picture I have that I took.
Then you owe her $800. Judgment for the plaintiff. Thank you. We're finished.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Case is concluded. Parties are excused.
And on the next Judge Judy.
I'm just getting the lay of the land here.
I live with my ex-husband.
Must like him again.
He's my husband.
I heard.
Judge Judy.